It's been so long you guys saw me, right? It's been so long. So it's been so long you guys have seen me. So let's wait. Let us wait while we just wait for others. Let's just wait. Abib joined. Hi, Abib. Are you all right? Abi, yeah. Hi, are you okay? Good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Tito, good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on my live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been so long. I've been dead busy. And sometimes when you're busy, you just want to get things done and over with. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Thank you, Ashma. Thank you for joining. Hi. Thank you for joining. Call other people. Let's talk. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Bolu, thank you for joining. Beautiful names. Beautiful names. Thank you for joining. You're most welcome. You're very welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Please tap, tap, tap. Just like Mrs. Bami Sala. Thank you, Auntie, for joining. Hello, Auntie. Are you okay? You're welcome. Keep stopping so that they don't send us out. I'm sorry. Hello, Auntie. Are you okay, Auntie? I've been seeing you enjoying you. You know they carry me go. Thank you, Auntie, for the gift. Thank you so much. You don't carry me when you are going. Now we just see you all of a sudden like that. Thanks for the gift, Auntie. I know this is part of the bribery. This is part of the bribery because I said I was going to report it to Sister Monica. You're always going on this holiday. You won't carry me. Thank you so much for this gift. I so much love it. Thank you so much. That's my auntie. That's my auntie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining my life. I so much appreciate you. And thanks for enjoying yourself. That's very, very important. Thanks for enjoying yourself, says. Thank you for enjoying yourself. Let's call other people in. You know my platform the way it is. My platform is to create awareness. It's a no fighting no fighting zone. My fellow colleague. Yes. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. At least we are doing our own best now to make sure everything goes on fine and help people that we can help because we are natural people that has a calling to care for others. So that's our ministry. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Let's call people in. Let's create awareness about abuse that is going on. That it can just go like that with people not realizing that that's what has happened, and it's emotional. I just want more people to come. The more we come, then we create this awareness. And at the end of the day, we would have done something good. Thank you very much, Auntie, for your gift. When I see you, I'll jump on you and kiss you. You know me now, the way I do my things. I'm sure by now, Sister Monica will be running away from me. I don't understand that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Pon Maji, Mama AJG, thank you very much for joining. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you for this. I appreciate you for this. Like I was saying, my platform is such that we create awareness on diverse things, especially on mental health issue. Why? Because these are issues that we Africans in general, we don't like talking about it, but no matter how much we run away from it, it is happening. Whether we like it or we don't like it, it is happening. There is there is nothing we want to do, because there is an article out there that says there is no health without mental health. That is the truth. There is no health without mental health. That is the absolute truth, because you can't live your life when you don't have a mental health. And when you have a mental health and you allow your physical health to aggravate your mental health, then there is a problem. Thank you, Banki Mohammed. Thank you for joining. I so much appreciate you. Now, back to what I was saying. You're all welcome, by the way. You're welcome. My name is Nikki Badnos, Honorable Laiwala. I'm your nurse, not like your regular nurse, because I do a lot of things that is about humanity. Answer, you're welcome. Now, today, what do we want to really discuss about? It is emotional abuse. This is one abuse that can slide without us knowing. Yeah. This is one abuse that can slide without us knowing. Emotional abuse is an abuse that happens in marriages every day. In marriages, not only marriages, it abuse in our normal and our daily life. But we just let it slide because we don't even know that that's an abuse that's just happened. Almost sexy, you're welcome. Right? That's an abuse that's just happened. That is an abuse that is going on that people forget. If you're a nurse or you're an health professional that knows anything about mental health and you want to join my life, please, please, and please, I will crave your indulgence. Please come on. Send invites and I will add you on, because it's high time we start creating this awareness, because emotional abuse destroys people gradually. And on this, my platform, I can speak Yoruba, I can speak Igbo, I can speak any language, provided I don't allow TikTok to bring me down. Am I communicating? Emotional abuse happens every day. And people look at it, it's either you're telling the child or you're telling the woman or you're telling the person you're an attention seeker. I will not blame you as such, but I will blame you because when you don't understand some things, you should ask questions. Some people don't believe there is anything called mental health issue. I don't blame them. Why? Because they don't even understand. And what's the problem? They are not even ready and willing to understand. That is where the main problem starts from. Right? You're welcome, Vicky. That is where Basma 6666, like first I'll be 66, Barry, I'll be 56. You're welcome. That is where the problem starts. You see, the things you say sometimes can traumatize somebody. Yeah, it can traumatize somebody. The things, your utterances, it can traumatize the person in an emotional state. But before we go into case studies, before we go into it so deeply, let us talk about the signs of emotional abuse and the symptoms. It is, if you're very vigilant on your if you're vigilant, you can easily detect if a child is being emotionally abused. If a woman is being emotionally abused, and you can see the abuser. But the problem is, do you even know what emotional abuse is? Now, when you don't know what emotional abuse is, how would you be able to detect that somebody is being abused emotionally? So you see that is massive problem. Now, let us take it like this. Let us take it just like this. I'm coming, that's the network. That's the network. Yeah. Let us take it like this. Emotional abuse is a kind of abuse that deals with you from inside. Let me put it in a layman's language. Emotional abuse, it deals with you. It deals with your emotion. It's your psychological thing that is going on there. And when it is now, it's a continuous thing that grows gradually to that state. Now, let me explain myself once more. I don't want to be using big grammar because we are not in a class of using big grammar. Grammar kalawa some B. We just want to create awareness. Please, if you know you want to join this life, a journey to alone, put it in the comment section. Let it be a conversational one and tell me by indicating in the comment section that I want to join your life. I want to be part of it. I'll be very glad because I'm not in a rush to go anywhere today. I've seen too many Black and ethnic minority going through these abuses, both women, men, children, male, female, going through it, and right there in their presence, the abuser is there. But people involved, they don't know. Am I making sense? They don't know. They don't understand. They don't see the abuse. They just see the person being abused as an attention seeker. So I have come here today to disabuse your mind. Because, you see, people are desperate and people are wicked. Yes, people are desperate and people are wicked. I don't know what the desperation is all about. Because on my own thing, I always tell people, if you see my post recently, no matter what I'm doing, I will say this is a no competition zone. Because as you see me as an individual, I'm not in competition with anybody. Why? Because I don't know you, you don't know me. Even my siblings, I'm not in competition with them. And my siblings, they know that part of me. They will say, no matter what you are, when you get to where Antinike is, Antinike Alaja Oladuni, you're welcome. God bless you as you come onto this life. Right? Antinike our own is just that. Live and let everybody live. If you like, you are my friend, and you build 1,000,001 mansion, and you let me know about you, I will celebrate it. It does not mean because you have built your house, I will start running to go. Skin Talk Pro. I'm on your birthday. Happy birthday to you, darling. Happy birthday. Long life and prosperity. God has opened a new chapter for you. All your heart desires, God is going to grant it. Skin Talk Pro. Where is the venue for Chop Chop? Now, what's in the important pass be that? Where is the venue for Chop Chop? Bayo, you're welcome. Like I was saying, talking about emotional abuse, right? I've seen it too much. And 90% of the time, I miss you, babe. I miss you. I miss you too. 90% of the time, we see the abuser and we see the person that is being abused, and we conclude in our head that, hey, you like attention. This person is an attention seeker. No. I beg to differ. It's not in all cases. We see a lot of displays on social media that has to do with abuse. Somebody that's got a mental health issue, I see display all the time. And I see how people egg these people on to display it more. We they do work, kodun ni family. Don't mind my Yoruba daddy. You understand? So emotional abuse is when it is continuous. You're abusing somebody, right? And it's a continuous thing. You're dealing with a person psychologically. Let me give you an example if you'll understand. A woman that is married or in a relationship that the husband does not beat all the time, that the husband never beats at all, that everybody sees the partner or the husband as the best person. But this man talks down on this woman on a daily basis. That is not only a verbal abuse, that is an emotional abuse. Go and write it down and put my name by the side. That is an emotional abuse. Now, have you seen our children? If you go and study the children we have today, they prefer you to beat them than for you to talk to them. I have done a research on it. I have done statistics on it. And I have come to realize that. Because the children of today, they believe in communication as much as they are on their phone, as much as they are on their iPad. If you have a problem with them and you're able to sit them down, you will discover who that child is. They prefer you to have a talk with them than talking down on them. This is the generation where we find ourselves. That is why you see a child that everybody says that this child is 100%, suddenly becomes a killer. Suddenly is in a gang. Suddenly is doing weird things. Suddenly you don't understand the child. No, mom, dad, uncle, brother, auntie. Have you studied that child to know what is wrong with a child? Yeah, you're welcome. That's where we miss it. That is where we miss emotional abuse. You will see a child. Okay, recently my son told me, he said, Mommy, I said, what? He said, Mommy, do you know that I prefer you to punch me than for you to talk down on me? I was taken aback. I was like, what's going on? I've not said anything. He said, Mommy, I want your attention. I sat down and I spoke to my boy for 2 hours. And he said, Mommy, do you understand that this generation, African mothers, in quotes, most of you, because you find yourself in a place where you cannot beat your child, where you cannot discipline your child without wanting to beat the child, you mistakenly talk down on that child, and that child holds it close to their heart. And when they start misbehaving, you wonder why. I said, what? He said, yes, Mommy. I said, please lecture me. Tell me more. This son of mine is less than 18 years old. And he lectured me for 2 good hours. And I was shocked, I was surprised, and I was taken aback. It took his time to lecture me. You see a child that is fantastic. Anything O'Shea, Sherry Ogun, you're welcome. Sean Malley, you're welcome. Flyboy, you're welcome. You see a child, everybody's welcome. You see a child that is fantastic. You see a teenager that is beautiful, but they are behaving weird. Have you taken your time to see if all these things I want to say is happening in their life? How many times do they feel when a child keeps continuously avoiding responsibility, when a woman continuously keeps avoiding responsibility, when a human being continuously keep avoiding responsibility? Hey, uncle, auntie, brother, sister, my friends, my brothers, check. Ask them questions. It might be due to one emotional abuse or the other. Take it from somebody that is a dual qualified nurse, that's got a clinic that deals with teenagers all the time. I have made my own I've made my own mistakes with them. But in that mistake, I have learned. Do you know that you can traumatize your child? You can abuse your child with saying negative things about them. Do you know that? Do you know that our behaviors as mothers, as parents on social media can traumatize our children? Why? Because when their friends sees that, they bring it to the school and they discuss it. Once again, let me bust your bubble. It has happened to me. But glory be to God, I was discussing a show like this. And I'm one of the school governors. And my boy, one of his friends took it to school and they were watching it and they were like, wow, I'm super proud of David's mom. Oh God, I wish my mom can just listen to this. I wish my this can just, you understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine if I was doing something wrong? How they would go to school and bully my son that knows nothing about it? Letitia, you're welcome. Have you thought of that? We parents of today, do we think about our actions? When we don't understand it, we'll say that, no, it's nothing, I'm just living your life. No, the moment you're a mother, the moment you're an adult, you are somebody, I don't know who that person is watching you. You are somebody's role model. It will shock you. It might just be your next door neighbor. You are their role model. It will shock you. The moment you are a parent, biological or not biological, somebody, Skin Talk, if you want me to invite you, please, can you just say yes? Donovan Lewis, if you want me to invite you, please. Glenda, if you want me to invite you, can you just say yes in the comment section? Then I can invite you. Because we are talking about a kind of abuse that affects all of us in different ways. Like I said, if somebody is avoiding responsibility all the time, go check that person out. Something must have happened to that person at one time or the other. And guess what? That is the only way they don't want to go back to that thing, so that they will not be responsible for that thing. Because at one point in their life, they've been responsible for something like that, and they were shut down because they committed just one mistake. Hello? Mommies, daddies in the house, please, let's make this a conversation where you can type in the comment section. Even if you don't want to come, tell us your experience. Tell us what you understand by emotional abuse. It's a mental health problem that Black and ethnic minority, they run away from it. But every day, they are in the news being killed or killing somebody or doing something weird. Have you seen a child? Have you seen a woman? I see them every day on the street, especially the mothers. They are ashamed. It's not because they're ashamed to talk to you. No, they just feel they are not up to your standard. They just feel like they feel guilty of something. Why? Somebody has spoken to them continuously. Continuously spoken negative to them, and the person is bringing down their ego. So therefore, they feel ashamed around you. 2 days ago, I met a woman. I love this woman. But the vibes that was coming from her was so negative that it was so thick in the air that if I had the scissors, I would have cut it. That's how thick it was. I could feel it. Akini Tire, you're welcome. Somebody has continuously been speaking down on this woman. And guess what? I've not seen this woman for a very long time. But I was shocked. Afolashade Ade Keke, you're welcome. If you're an health professional, you want to join in this conversation, in this discussion, please, 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 indicating by writing yes. I am going to invite you. Missy, you're welcome. Am I making sense? I looked at her. I tried to hug her. She hugged me, but you can see she wasn't really that person that I used to know. Ajoke, you're welcome. That's another sign for us to watch out for. It is part of emotional abuse. And we commit this emotional abuse, or people are being emotionally abused, psychological, by others, by their actions, by the things they say. A woman is at home, she's married or she's in a relationship, and she has a partner that is very manipulative. Those are the men or women that knows how to sow a seed of discord between people. How do they do it? For example, you and your other friend, you and your siblings, you're fantastic, you love each other, you do things together. Suddenly, maybe the eldest or the youngest brings in a guy into the house because he's a damaged goods. Because he's a damaged man or woman, because he's a damaged somebody. He's got these manipulative skills and always wants to see what you have that they don't have, or what they have that you don't have. And you hear something like, are you sure she really likes you? Or don't you feel used by because you've got this and you don't have that? Are you sure that's not the attraction between you and the person? And you that does not even know what the person is talking about, just say, no, my sister loves me so much. My brother loves me very well. My friend is fantastic. My kiniko. Then when you sit down, that person offends you. Now sit down. Then you'll be wondering, how am I sure this guy is not right? That's true. The things you don't see as bad before, the things you don't see as negative before, starts making sense to you because somebody somewhere has sown into your brain a seed of discord and has successfully entered into your brain. Sit down there. You now start having that problem with that person. That is a manipulative tactics. You see, manipulation is an emotional abuse. When you have a manipulative spouse, a manipulative friend, a manipulative anybody around you, that person is affecting you, is abusing you psychologically. Get it straight. Detach yourself before it's too late. Any toxic behavior that you cannot grab hold of, any toxic behavior that you only feel, oh, babe, oh, thank you very much. Oh, thanks for joining. You're at work and yet you're here. Thank you so much. I love you. Do you understand? Any tactic behavior, any behavior that you cannot grab, anything that you cannot grab and say, this person is abusing me, but you can feel it and it's a negative feeling. Tell me something, let me bust your bubble. That is a psychological abuse. It's the same thing as an emotional abuse. It happens in marriages these days a lot. The painful part is that it happens in our children. Mom, the way you speak to your child, go and check it. Have you had discussion with your son, your daughter today? Have you said something that has made, that you notice that that boy or that girl stops coming to you? It's a psychological abuse. Are you doing something that your child does not feel comfortable about? Oh no, are you telling me that everything you do on social media, if your child is aware of it, your child will be happy? Baba Dudu Otu, you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome to this live chat. It's about emotional abuse. It's about emotional abuse. Any call that is coming on now, just be cutting it because I'm discussing something very important that affects us by the day. You see anybody that comes around you that makes you feel guilty all the time with your actions, they're abusing you emotionally. You should be able to feel cool around your friend. You should be able to feel cool around your spouse. You should be able to feel cool around anywhere you go to. The moment you start feeling guilty all the time, and these people are doing it, but you cannot place your hand on it, that's an emotional abuse. That is an emotional abuse. Anytime you see your son, your daughter, you hear your son or your daughter make statement like, I don't care, caution them quickly. Why? Because it's a national anthem for these children of today. Oh, I don't care. They say it to their own siblings. Guess what? At the initial stage, they might not mean it. I'm telling you. They might not mean it. But the moment they say it continuously, and you've got one child, two children, 3, 4, 5 at home, that thing will go on round. It becomes a problem. When there is one among your children that wants someone to care, and suddenly the brother says, I don't care. They say it a lot. These children of today, they say it a lot. Mommy, daddy, uncle, any child that says that around you, call that child, sit him or her down and tell him the impact of what he has just said is doing on the other children. Because as time goes on from the I don't care, they just walk off you without empathy, without compassion. Then you, that is the parents, that is there, that's supposed to correct them, you're looking at them like, could they want me in a no, to ba mean a benye kuni wa gba phone lowo yin that's what mean a benye. Sometimes these children does things without them knowing the repercussion on the other person. You see, a lot of people can talk, but do they communicate? No, especially we African parents. But guess what? You will tell me, oh, that's the way Africans are built. Sorry, I want to bust your bubble. If you're a nurse, if you're an health professional, if you work, and you can communicate with your colleague, and there is understanding, and you people work as a team, you can as well communicate at home with your spouse, with your children, with your friends, and stop that lies against the fact that I'm an African. You're an African meaning what? Osunde Omotayo, you're welcome. No, you're an African means what? I'm a dual qualified nurse. I will not go to my patient and be screaming on them and say, oh, that is the way I am. We Africans, that's the way we talk. No. This is not we Africans, that's the way we talk. No, I beg to differ. I used to tell some of my friends, say, you know, shout reach me if we want to shouting match. But do you know, as time goes by with my profession, I find out that my shouting is not going anywhere. It's affecting me. And the way it comes across to other colleagues of mine or my patient is doing more harm to them than good. At the end of the day, you will be sacked. I met a lady, she's from Rwanda. Oh my God. If Nigerians think they can shout, no, no, no. They are jokers. Go and meet this lady. The way she talks. And I am an agency nurse. I had to tell the manager in her presence. I said, if this is how this lady has been talking to people in this ward, I've carried my bag. I was ready to leave. Because what I will not give to you, don't give it to me, and I'm not interested. If you give it to me, I'll leave your place of work with all pleasure. Just pay me for the small hours I've worked. I said, if this is the way this lady has been talking to people and you have been accepting it, I am ready to tell you, and I'm happy to tell you that it is wrong, because this is not the way she'll be talking to her husband at home. The manager looked at me for some split seconds and turned to her and said, what have you done this time? I said, excuse me, this time I'm going home. I had to be called into the office. We sat down. She started explaining. I said, no, it's not acceptable. You're an African, I'm an African. Forget the fact that we are British or Americans or Canadians. Forget it. Learn how to communicate, because it goes a long way. Problems most of we Africans are having at work is simple. It's because we don't know how to communicate. We scream at each other. We shout at each other. We want to pass a message across. We're shouting. What are you shouting for? Kuban, you're welcome. That's a sort of abuse that you sit in somebody's brain and you're abusing the person emotionally. The person cannot pinpoint the thing. What have I done? I really don't know what I've done. Why is she talking to me like this? Children can abuse their parents. Parents can abuse their children. Can you beat the fact that some people are divorced from their wives, from their husbands, yet they will set their children against their mother. They will set their children against their father, affecting them psychologically. Have you seen that? GXL Music, you're welcome. Have you seen that? Separated parents setting their children, destroying their children to be somehow with their mothers or with their fathers. Making sure the home is not settled. All that you have gone separate ways. Or instead of both of you to come together to take care of these children, what are you doing? You're destroying these children. True indeed, sister, is happening every day. God bless you, Ayu. God bless you big time. I want this discussion to be a conversational. Put your ideas. If you want to come on, send an invite. I would appreciate you. It happens every day. It happens every day. Because you're no longer with your spouse, you set those children up. You are using your own mediocrity to affect these children. Because they now think is a way of life. If they find themselves in that kind of situation, that is what they are going to apply. Why? Have you not damaged the children enough? You're separated. That is one thing for them to deal with. For whatever reason you separate, I ain't got no problem with that. But you are now using the children against your spouse. You are destroying the children, sir. You are destroying them, because that will be the idea that they know how to deal with their spouse in the nearest future. You are destroying these children. You go on people's platform. You get involved in that platform. Everything you're saying there, you're judging one woman or judging one man. My question is, have you been in their shoes? No. Instead of you to, I have not seen any time, anywhere, any matter they brought on social media that gets sorted. I have not seen it. Unless if you have seen one, please tell me. There was an incident that was brought on social media. I was just scrolling while I was at work, and they were begging the man that, oh, because you have a lot of children now, please, so can you accept your wife back? The man said it outrightly, provided she has taken it to social media. My family said I should not accept her again. Tell me, has that problem been sorted? Or they've destroyed the home that is already destroyed? They've destroyed it completely. Beanbags, you're welcome. Funlaw, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Separation is accepted. Divorce is accepted. How can I pin this now? How can I pin? Okay, I've pinned the comment. Separation is accepted. Divorce is accepted. But when it happens, we are not enemies. Thank you very much, Ayu. All this is accepted. But why using it on the children to destroy their mental state by abusing them emotionally, telling them, do this to your mother, or do this to your father, or your father is this? No, the separation is between you and the woman. It's not between you and the children. Monica Stoner, you're welcome. Kathy, you're welcome. These are abuses that goes on by the day. You have a problem with your spouse. You people you have separated, glory be to God, at least you are alive. Huh? Does not make you or does not give you the right to come and use that on your children to destroy them. It is not right. These are times when we work together for the children, mental state and well-being. Thank you very much. This person called Ayu knows what he or she is saying. Not seeing that picture clearly. But God bless you for this. It happens every day and it pains me. Why? Why are you using it to destroy these children? Of what importance? Your child did not pass the exam, but the other children passed the exam. And the other children happens to be your own friends' children. Instead of you to sit down to see the reason why your child did not pass that exam, how you're going to help that child, you start criticizing that child negatively. We are all guilty of it, including me myself. I learned from my own mistake. When I said my son used 2 hours to lecture me, he lectured me for 2 hours. Better lecture, then my brain stands straight. It's not because I'm a fantastic mother. No. He lectured me, took his time to lecture me for 2 hours. Deal with people as individual. Don't put everybody in one basket and destroy them. When I go on some live chat or I'm just scrolling past social media and I'm hearing somebody saying, why are you getting married to a single mother? If you get married to a single mother, you're doomed. I look at the man or the woman saying this thing. I saw one yesterday because of Landau. This actor called Landau. The man wanted to talk and was talking gibberish. Do you understand? I was talking gibberish and categorically put all the single mothers in one basket. I wanted to respond, but I said, no, don't let me respond. I just said to him, God will deliver you. Because as a statistician, he says that their motto in University of Lorry says, it's only a fool that generalizes a statement. 100%. It's only a fool that generalizes a statement. You don't generalize the statement. You treat people as individual. Why do you think the doctor will tell you that this your cocodamol I've given to you, this your paracetamol I've given to you, does not mean you should give it to your child when your child has a headache? It's not because paracetamol is not good for headache, but it's because they don't know if that will work for that child. So let that child come. Let us treat that child. Then we'll know the child deserves paracetamol. Princess Shion, you're welcome. Lebecca Moses, you're welcome. John, sorry, I don't like destroying people's name. You're welcome. You will say, oh, they need... No! What if that child has got a problem within themselves, that paracetamol, when that child uses an extra, or that person uses an extra paracetamol, it will destroy the liver? Do you know? No. So let's stop the idea of categorizing everybody together. It's an emotional abuse. Another signs that we should watch out for is neglect. When somebody neglects without affection, or somebody neglects without, how would I put it? Withholding their affection. As an health practitioner, I've seen some of my service users neglect themselves and do not feel bad about it. And when I have opportunity to talk to them, you will hear things like, of what importance is dressing well? Of what importance is me doing this, when after all, they will say I'm that. Somehow, at one point or the other, one of my colleagues has said something that the service user took to the heart. It will now take me to start explaining. Easy going, you're welcome. Sally, you're welcome. So our utterances to people matters. You can be abusing someone psychologically, you don't know. And that thing piles up and the person just go viral. The moment they want to, the moment they want to explode, they explode in such a way that you'll be wondering, what did I say? What have I done? I just said this and you went like that. No, it's not because you went, it's not because of what you have said that time. It's because the person has been continuously being told that negative word. Jomi Joy, you're welcome. Continuously being told that negative word. They are abused in their brain. They are no good. You see somebody is always feeling ashamed. And you say, no, she's just a shy person. No. There's a difference between being shy and somebody feeling ashamed of themselves. A woman is big in stature. A woman is big in stature. Then the husband is continuously saying to her, what's wrong with you? What kind of dress are you wearing? It's not people like you that should wear that dress now. You told her first day, she ignores you. Tomorrow, she wears another kind of dress. See as you fool everywhere. What's happen? You're looking so... Shouldn't be wearing this kind of dress. She looks at you again. She ignores you. She puts on shorts because she's got laps way big like my own. So you look at her. It's people that have got thin laps that these shorts will fit to. Mr. Man or Mrs. Woman, you are abusing the woman emotionally. There are 1,000,001 ways you can tell the woman what she's wearing does not suit her stature, and she will tell you thank you. Gracefully, you're welcome. We are always quick to tell somebody you're fat. You're always quick to tell somebody, look at what you're wearing. You're always in a negative way. What is wrong with you? If you tell your woman, or you tell the man that's got a big tummy, oh, sweetheart, this top you're wearing, oh no, you can't wear this kind of top. Come, let me show you the kind of thing you're wearing. And guess what, darling? You will not be eating at night again, no. You hear something like, is my tummy big? Honey, your tummy is big like my own. No, you see my own tombolico. Then you start playing. From there, you teach him how to dress. What suits his shape or her shape. Not an abusive way. What is wrong with us? That on a daily basis, we are abusing each other psychologically. Somebody comes on social media. Somebody comes on social media, for example, Senator Natasha comes on social media and tells us that the Senate president has sexually abused her. All of a sudden, we don't hear anything again. Hello? We don't hear anything again. And you think within yourself that Senator Natasha has not abused us psychologically. She has. Because if anything, if nothing happens in that situation, she has successfully made sure that women that are really abused by all these so-called personnels has lost their voice permanently. Do you know why? The abuser will tell them, who and what do you think you are? If the likes of Senator Natasha can be abused sexually by the Senate president, according to what is on social media, and nothing happens, who do you think you are? Is that not social media abuse? Yes, it is. That is another show, not be today. Good afternoon. Just be yourself. Good afternoon. Am I making sense? Be careful of what you come on social media to say. Stop abusing people emotionally, psychologically. Your utterances. When you want to abuse somebody emotionally, psychologically, you use it verbally and it generates into that. Some people use it physically. A man that beats the wife like no man's business on a daily basis and comes back to beg the woman, and the woman accepts today, accept tomorrow, accept not tomorrow, and you think you are not damaging the woman psychologically, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You need your brain to be checked. You need brain check. All these things are the things that jumps up, that ends up being a psychological problem that we see every day. That's why I tell people, if I come to your house as a woman to come and encourage you, and I see you, for example, scream at your husband, I will stop what I came to do and speak to you and tell you, you don't talk to your husbands like that. You don't talk to your spouse like that. That was very wrong. No matter what you want to say to him, you don't talk to him like that. Or a woman physically abusing a man. It has happened before. Please don't be surprised. I have seen and I have unseen. I've called police for a woman for abusing the husband physically. And I called police. You're giving very good and real examples, sister. Very educational show. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I have called police, and I do not regret you today that I called police. Because if the table turns, they will say it's the man that is abusing the woman. Forgetting that some men take this abuse and keep quiet with it because they will say he's a man. No, not be a man matter they yell. Abuse is abuse. Lareshito, you're welcome. Tiana, you're welcome. Abuse is an abuse. I don't want to know how you want to put that abuse. Abuse is an abuse. A woman is the perpetrator. A man is the perpetrator. Abuse is an abuse. Because we do some things sometimes out of proportion and feels that it's a man that can do it. It's a woman that can do it. No. Abuse is nobody that can do it. That is why we add mouth to communicate, to talk to one another. Ifeoma Eze, you're welcome. Happy, you're welcome. Am I making sense? Abuse comes in diverse ways. But emotional abuse is always being ignored. It's always being missed. A shy person is different from someone that is always ashamed. They are two different things. Somebody is shy is different from somebody that is always guilty and is ashamed all the time. These are two different things. When you decide to change for others so that you can fit into the setup, do I make sense? You decide to change because somebody has been telling you we don't belong to the same class. No, me and you, we are not in the same category. Who you be? You want to stand where I'm standing? What is that? Me and you, we are not in the same category. You now decide, you hear it every day. It gets to you so bad. You now decided that I want to belong to that category. What are you doing? You decide to change to blend into their category. How is their category? How is their class your class? Yes, we are not classmates. Neither are we grace mates. We are not mates in anything. Why will I change to fit into your class? What will that class provide for me? I tell people all the time, I'm in no competition with anybody, so I'm in a class of my own. Until you adopt that style, you keep blending, trying to blend into how people feel about you. That is not your problem. How people feel about me does not concern me. Why? Because if God in heaven can give me the will to choose right from wrong, can make me say, can tell me that thou shalt not steal, but gives me the will to either steal or not to steal, then who you be? Now you create me. But if the thing where they give me, will be say, I know if he collect or I know if he get by myself. That's the question. Why must I change to blend into your category? Why? I do not see any reason. I do not see any reason. Yemi Elejo, you're welcome. Being Best, you're welcome. I'm ready, you're Angela, you're welcome. You're welcome as you come in. Why must I blend into that to be with you? When you have a friend that cannot stand on their own, I have seen a lot. Okay, there I have seen myself in a situation with somebody that has lost independency. They depend on other. Now, let me tell you something. There is a film out there now. What's the title of this film? It's on Damola Oni's movie. On Damola Oni's YouTube channel. It is called, women, go and watch that film. It is called Iyebiye. That lady feels that until she gets married, that she's not complete. So therefore, her marriage was dependent on getting married. That's when she can be happy. She's very rich. She's a giver. She's a beautiful woman. I watched that film today and I told myself, these are the kind of films that should be on YouTube. And I learned something. If a prostitute comes out, Akuna come out now, talk say, you give me money, I give you my body. All of us will say, Akuna is doing prostitution, okay? But somebody that is married to somebody else and makes her marriage dependent and makes her happiness dependent on that person. Now she they pay the bills for the house. Now she they buy clothes for the man to wear. Now she they pay house rent. Now she they buy food. Now she they pay for her children's school fees. With them bond together. And you are telling me she's not worse than that prostitute. Let me tell you why she's worse. It's a simple mathematics. She paid to be married to. She paid to be slept with. She paid to dress up the man. She paid for her own marriage. She paid for everything. Remember, the Akuna is only paying for you to use her body. But she's paying for everything. She's worse than that Akuna now. Some people are married because they want to be married. Make them call themselves Mrs. Somebody, but guess what? They are the one paying for everything in that home. And when they say Mr. and Mrs., they too will come out. You are a joker. Wake up. If you find yourself in that kind of situation, please do check and balance. No, don't get me wrong. You can marry anybody you love. Do not get me wrong. You as a woman can be richer than that man. Do not get me wrong. But this is where I have a problem. The man cannot part with his 1 naira because he knows that you're richer than him. When it's time to buy you birthday gift, what can I buy for somebody that has everything? Who told you that? Who told you that there's somebody somewhere that has everything? You say Tinubu, that is our president. If it's his birthday and you pass you biscuit and you go and give to him, it's not the gift he's after. It's the thought that counts. Go and watch that film, Iyebiye. The man could not buy any gift for the wife. He said, because I'm not a gifting person. But he could buy gift for his colleagues. At the end of the day, what did that lady do? Go and watch it. I watched it today. And I was happy to have watched it. I was dead happy that irú film yìí wà lórí social media. That's why I'm recommending it to everybody. Because it is worth watching. When you think you're doing one thing and the person is not doing it the exact way, you are traumatizing the person. Your own worse now. That woman was abused from the beginning of the marriage till the end. Why would you put your happiness on somebody? Why would somebody tell you that without them, that you are nothing? You're joking, no? You don't let anybody determine your life. Even if you have been psychologically abused, get yourself out of it. Detach yourself from the negative vibes. That's what I tell people. Detach yourself completely from the negative vibes. Stay positive with yourself and do your things. It's bad enough that social media, the way people do things on this social media, they have abused us psychologically. I've talked about Senator Thingy On. Yes, she has abused someone like me psychologically. Then I thought outside the box. I say, hey, people that are being sexually abused, they will not be able to talk. Oh, hell, they will not be able to talk. Oh, because we don't know where the matter is going. Because if it were to be in advanced world, guess what? By now, that Senate president will be off the seat. Senator Natasha too, she'll be off the seat. They will be investigating. They'll get to the bottom. But in Nigeria, I'm still watching. I want to see what will become of it. Blessing Osifo, you're welcome. Emotional abuse is a worst abuse. It's one of the abuse that can make you go gagas. When you see a child, because this particular one I want to talk about is mothers do it a lot. Always playing the blame game among your children. You will take side with this one, you will not take side with that one. Why? Because I don't know the reason. How will you give birth to 3 children and you're supporting one more than the other one? I don't know. I try to understand it at times. How do you do that? You are always blaming your firstborn for offense when you don't know when you commit a move. Yoruba will say, Eshinwaju ni ti eyin wo sare. Story for the gods. Let everybody run their race. Stop the blame game. Because if that child grows up with that thing, it will dislike the other ones. And I'm not sure you want your children to dislike each other. So if you don't want your children to dislike each other or they hate each other, please stop damaging them emotionally. Temiti, you're welcome. Stop damaging them emotionally. Stop damaging them emotionally. Because your emotional abuse that is not being seen is destructive. Unique B64, 67, you're welcome. When somebody gets, okay, I met a lady. She's very angry. She's my colleague. Then we were walking. All of a sudden, a colleague just said something. And I was the one in charge of the shift. She just said something. I heard what she said. You need to see how the other colleague pop, exploded. The explosion was bad. I quickly ran to the scene. I said, what is going on, my darlings? And the other one that said something, this and this was what I said, though. And this girl was raking. You're welcome, Yala J. Welcome, my Yala J Spaniel. Welcome, ma. This other one was raking. Do you know what I did? I told the other one, I said, please, I heard everything that happened. But please, can you excuse us? I took the other one into my office and I sat her down. I gave her like 5 minutes. Guess what? For that 5 minutes, she was crying. I sat in front of her. I gave her a napkin. You don't stop people when they are crying. Good afternoon, ma. You don't stop people when they are crying. Allow them to cry. Allow them to cry all their hearts out. When they now finish crying, then you will now tackle it from one place to the other. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Because if you don't allow people to cry when they want to cry, you are not helping them. By the time this lady will finish talking, thank you, ma. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you. I appreciate you, ma. By the time she finished crying and she opened her mouth to talk, guess what? That same small sentence that was made is a sentence that has been made to her from when she was 16 years old and now she's 43. Anytime she hears that, she go ballistic. That is nothing but an emotional abuse that has turned to a mental health problem for her. Now this lady is my patient. And I talk to her every day. I let her know how beautiful she is. I let her know that she's wonderful and fearfully created. I let her know that she's a woman. I let her know that she is beautiful. I let her know that there is nothing anybody can say that will stand in her life if she does not allow it. The day I made that statement was the day I break that thing that was holding her back from moving to the next level. I asked her, I said, do you know what I've been told? Hold on. Please keep liking. Please keep liking. No, I don't know this one that they are doing. I said, do you know what I've gone through? I have been told a lot of things from my own friends. I said, this is me, Nike Badmus, that used to be so quiet. No matter what you say, this is how I'll be looking at you. Talk from morning till night, this is how I'll be looking at you. Until the very fateful day, I exploded in the presence of my friends. And I beat the living daylights out of this, my particular friend. Nobody, even me, I did not believe it. Because she has been bullying me with that sentence for a very long time. She said, what? I said, yes. That was the day I gained freedom. That was the day my friend knows that she only keeps quiet because she does not have the time and the power to stress with anybody. But on this very day, I have stomached it. I have kept it in my mind. The thing was troubling me. I have spoken to my mother. I have spoken to other friends, that my siblings have spoken to them, and my aunties will say that, why would your friend say that? That's very wrong. You don't have to be their friend. I still insisted I'm going to be their friend. But guess what? The day I said, no way, it's not going to happen anymore. That thing you said is not in my life. It is not me. And it became physical. That was the day I gained my freedom. Some of them see me today and will say, look at this Nikki, that is so quiet. All of a sudden, Nikki is doing MC. Now Nikki be nurse. Now Nikki be MC. Now Nikki be this. Now Nikki be that. I said yes. Because I lay soroni berori buruku. That is when they will deposit what they are not supposed to deposit in your life into you, and at the end of the day you'll be moving around with it. Then all of a sudden you look at the mirror, you are not seeing yourself. You have lost yourself in that their madness, and you're seeing that thing they said about you. It's an emotional abuse. Stop it. Stop saying negative things about people's life, and they are saying it too. Open your mouth and rebuke it in their presence. If it means you're going to lose those people to have a good life, lose them. Don't lose yourself in friends' madness. Emotional abuse every day we see. You are traumatizing yourself, you're traumatizing your children, you're traumatizing your personality, then you will lose yourself. And tomorrow things will be growing in your body. You don't know it's an act of the bitterness that is in you. Do you know that? Don't you know that when you don't talk, when people abuse you, when people abuse you emotionally, when you don't talk and you keep it within yourself, you become bitter. When you become bitter, there will be changes in your body. There will be changes in your body. They'll be seeing lump here. They'll be seeing boiled here. They'll be seeing rashes over there that you don't even know what caused it. It's an act of bitterness. You're welcome, Borokini 21. Nana, you're welcome. Agogo Amakakeke, you're welcome. Sorry. Adenike.owolawi, you're welcome. Don't you know it's an act of that emotional abuse that you cannot deal with, that you pocket? Somebody is destroying you emotionally. You're saying, thank you, Ayu. Emotional abuse is damaging. It's damaging. What is Tobakin Shekpe? There is no Tobakin Shekpe. If not be safe, not be safe. No. There is nothing like if not be safe. It not go happen. It's as simple as that. It will not happen. I will lose you than to lose myself. With all pleasure. Hey, babes, are you okay? Hey, Honorable Mo, we're okay. It's better than saying I must belong, I must be there, I must be in that clique. Tani clique of who get mad clique? Me, I kukuma do not strive with cliques, so clique is not a problem to me. I don't know how to strive in it, so I've left jobs. How did I become an agency nurse? The word was too cliquey. I just walked away, put in my resignation letter, and that's the end of it for me. So if I'm going to go back, I'm going to go back to a different trust and go back to a different word and do 2 days alone. That is when I'm ready. Not right now, though. Am I making sense? Emotional abuse can destroy you without you knowing. It's just like bullying can destroy you. If you don't know bullying is a psychological problem, then you've got something coming. You see, the person bullying somebody is a victim of an emotional abuse. Now, the person that is being bullied is not a victim of the person that has been bullied. You see how this thing goes in circle. That is how mental health is. The person bullying you, that person, the abuser, is a victim of emotional abuse. Otiwa, the lifestyle, Silara, is now abusing you, making you a victim of an emotional abuse that wasn't your fault. You didn't know how it happened to the person. The person is now transferring it to you. Say no. If it's your friend that is abusing you emotionally, run away from that friend. Not only run away, make sure you take yourself away from that equation and live your life. You see, this world, I keep saying it all the time. You see, now for this earth, we meet one another. Because I don't know why you be in a relationship that you are being abused emotionally. And you say, if not because, and you're forgetting that on this social media, there was one I watched in, what's his name? Kokoro Alate, what him be this guy name? This very good man, I've forgotten his name. I watched on the show. The mother was the one that turned her daughter into an akuna to be selling her body. The mama will born now. Are you understanding me? The mother that gave birth to him, yet the mother does not know she's doing something wrong. Then I will have a friend, Timo Mori, that we just clicked at a particular time. I will stay with that friend because of why? That friend is abusing me psychologically. And I've spoken to that friend once or twice, and the friend does not think what he or she is doing is wrong. And I'll stay in that relationship. Nítorí pé kíta ní bá má kú, excuse me, I don't stay there. Don't get me wrong, no man is an island, but sometimes you have to pull back and have acquaintances instead of friends. I say it every day. It's better you have acquaintances instead of friends. Because sometimes when you have acquaintances, it pays you better. Because whatever they are doing is easy for you to detach from them. You don't say because they are your friends. These are your acquaintances. How? They are just your hello, hi friend. They are not your proper friends. And if you have any proper friend and she's an abuser, you do what? You leave the scene. It is what you turn your life to be. That is what your life becomes. It is when you allow people to speak negatively into your life. It is when you allow yourself to be bullied. It is when you allow people to talk down on you. That is when you have emotional abuse. Hey, my darling, I'm not telling you French. I'm not speaking. I've undergone some of these things I'm talking about. So I'm not speaking French. I'm not speaking book talk. It's something I've gone through physically, my own self. And I know the damage it did. And now I sort myself out. %90 of the bullies are the victim of somebody bullying them. So the only thing they understand is to bully. So don't put yourself in the position of them to bully you. It is not worth it, if you ask me. That's an emotional abuse. It goes on every day. People do it every day. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't let anybody bully you. Don't let anybody from anywhere bully you. Because if you check that person out, that person is a victim of being bullied. So only the thing they understand is for them to bully others. So making you a victim of bullying, no, that's an emotional abuse. And if your emotional state is not right, your mental state cannot be right. It's like a woman that is being beaten every day at home. I tell you, that is an emotion. Only normal. It's an emotional abuse. Sandra Ode, you're welcome. Consola, you're welcome. Obionze 6, you're welcome. Adiola Ogundepe, you're welcome. Emotional abuse happens every day. Mothers, we talk down on our children once we are angry. I've seen a child that came to report the mother to me and said, Auntie, I said, yes. I don't like the way my mother insults my father. Their problem is their problem. She shouldn't be telling me all the time, Ori baba mi ope, Ori baba mi shekinikon, Ori the other one shekinikon. Because every time I look at my father, I don't see anything. I only see a man that the head is not correct. And that is the way I'm almost behaving to him. That his head is not correct. My mother started saying this thing when I was 6 years old. Now I'm 26. I don't like it. I'm just telling you because you happen to be one of those friends that tells her the truth. I said, huh? From 26, you waited to 20 for extra 20 years to tell this. Okomi, mapino. Don't be angry. when I spoke to my friend, he said, surely Babe Penny, look at me now. He now left me and went to meet. I said, he left you. Has it stopped you from living your life? She said, no. Honorable, what did I said, no, it's a serious matter. Because ọmọ ilé gbé lọ court. Ma call money, so pe èyàn tó ní yà ń gbélé ayé o. I will tell you the truth. Èyàn tí kò ní yà, person wey no get mama, they leave this world o. Person wey no get pikin, they leave this world o. That's when she now calmed down. I said, you have been telling this girl for this thing since she was 6 years old. Now she sees her father like the man that is not okay. She said, especially when her father does some things, she just remembers your voice. She said, oh my not yes. We now called the daughter because she's an adult now. She came, we sat down. The mother started pleading. I'm sorry, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, my darling, it's not like your father said it's not correct. You know, at that particular time, that was how we settled it. Oh. That was how we settled this matter. Can you imagine if this girl, this young woman that's 26 years old, has not said this thing to me, and she took it further and go and tell the father or start using it against the mother? Do you know what would have happened? Me and you, we do not know. But she took her time to tell her mother, Mommy, that is wrong. Told me, I told the mother, and I said that is wrong. Until I told the mother that, the person will no born picking, they live for this world though. And person will no get mama self, they live for this world though. I think that thing shook her straight like this. She now sat down until I explained to her. It took me and her to beg the daughter. She said, no, I had to tell her because it was getting too much. I just keep hearing her. That is an emotional abuse. As I speak to you, both of them, they are still mending fence. Just because the mother kept saying, Ori Babe Okpe, Ori Babe Okpe, Ori Babe Okpe. The Ori Baba that does not pay, she what on so every time, show it here pay me. Ori it here go pay. Because to back pay wafi Baba oni Baba sile. You are not the first person that a man has left. Neither will you be the last. Am I communicating? So please, emotional abuse, we do it every day. A friend of mine told me how she and her friend was talking, and she said, she too, she fat like me. So she now told her friend, look at you. You're eating. You're just as fat as myself. God will help us reduce our weight. Remember, she too is fat. Before she called Jack Robinson, this girl has gone to tell the manager. And you know what? The manager is just, with the person she's reporting, the manager and the person she's reporting, they are on the same level. She cried like a baby when the manager had to call her. You know, in nursing is very funny. When the manager had to call her and said, you disappointed me, she said, why? Why would you say this to Black Badger, buy and buy and buy? And when you say it to that person, why would you say such a thing? She said, what? She cried like a baby. Do you know why she cried like a baby? She said she did not know that got to her friend. And she felt that they were friends. I said, it's not like you guys are not friends. But you see, the words of your mouth has done a lot to her. The words of your mouth have done too much to her. It pained her so much. So she felt the only way she can express it is by reporting you. Fine. I cannot say she's wrong or right by reporting you. But one thing is certain. The way you said it, she didn't like it. And she didn't know how to tell you. So she felt hurt. Because the manager said she was crying. Why would you say such a thing? And she told the manager, am I not even fatter than she is? Can't she know it's a joke? I said, my darling, this is her telling me, oh. I said, my darling, joke different from joke. That is why you know go tell Oyibo person saying fat. Hey, He go report you, no be only manager. He go write email, go give Oga, then go sack you if you no take your time. That is what another lesson what learned. Because to that a friend, that is an emotional abuse. Anything can be an emotional abuse. Anything that will stop your mental state from functioning proper is an abuse. Yeah, it's an abuse. But we black and ethnic minority, we don't like talking about mental health. But we leave it or we take it. There is no health without mental health. Nobody can tell you 100% the cause of cancer. Even if we are family partners, we should be aware of what we use on each other. Respect. Thank you. Are you? Thank you. We should be very careful of our utterances. Be you with anybody. I was speaking with two of my sisters yesterday. I was in their midst. Then one said something. I was the eldest, or I am the eldest. And these ones are very far from each other, you know. The elderly one said something to the last born. Pew! The last born got very angry. And she was talking to her. I said, no, that's not what she means. Can you come? Finally, they both left the phone. Now, the last born called me. Auntie, she realized that I wasn't talking about her. She now said, Auntie, she spoke and spoke and said, I said, calm down. That's not what she means. This and this was what she meant. And guess what? She's only saying it because of you. She said, I said, yes. Said, no, she's fond of doing this. I said, then discuss it with her. When you know she's fond of doing a particular thing and it's affecting you psychologically, guess what? Discuss it with her. And let her realize that that thing is affecting you and you don't like it. She said, I said, yes. That was how we closed the matter. When the elder sister now called me, I said, you two, stop talking like that. It is annoying and it is heartbreaking. Please, I beg you because of God. God, she does not like it. She said, I said, yes. She doesn't like it. The way it comes across does not make her feel comfortable. She said, I said, yes, my darling. She said, okay, I stand corrected. That was how we stopped an emotional abuse. These are between two best of friends that are best of sisters. You can now imagine if I was a narcissistic person or somebody that's got another mental health problem going there that likes divide and rule. Hello, what do you think I would do? I would turn them against each other 101% without feeling bad. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because the people I'm talking about, they are so close. Even my late mother knows how close they are. And anytime you try to get into their middle, so this is an opportunity given to me. What did I do with it? I instead resolved the matter. And two of them called me later. And we talked like nothing happened. Because we've resolved it. So please, I beg you. It's good that my last born spoke out. It's good that the other one knows what she has done is wrong. Am I communicating? Please. That was good, one of you, sister. And this is a way of stopping emotional without realizing it. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. But what do people do these days? Instead of them to stop a bullying, instead of them to stop an emotional abuse, what do? They egg it on and create enmity that will never be resolved. That's what they create. Thank you, my sister Skin Talk. So when I talk to you about mental health, these are things that I see every day. When I talk to you about abuse, these are things I see every day. How do you now deal with it? Is what I'm saying to you. That's the solution. You can imagine two sisters that are nurses, and the eldest feel the other one is doing what she's doing because of, and it has grown to a level that they cannot stand each other. They both live in Northampton. No, sorry, Wolverhampton. They cannot stand one another. And these are siblings. They are supposed to enjoy the fact that, oh, thank God we are both nurses. But one feels the other one is jealous, saying, Nibo lotin shey. No, I have a friend that from their firstborn to their fifthborn, they are all nurses. They are Ghanaians. The way they live their life is beautiful. You will desire to be a nurse. But I have one that lives in Wolverhampton. I wish they are here for them to see their life. It's a shame. Because I tell them every day, this is a shame. Can't you go and learn from our other friends? It's a shame, a complete one. A total one. Abuses have been going on between siblings, between spouse, within friends, at work, everywhere on this face of earth. Emotional abuse has been going on, and nobody, 90% of the time, it is not recognized. I talked about Senator Natasha Zone. She has successfully come out. I'm holding on, waiting seriously, patiently to see what will come out of it. But number one, for the fact that the Senate presidency remains the Senate president, I don't think anything is going to happen. And that is an abuse. Non-forgive spirit is also mental. This it's some. Yes. When you have an unforgiving spirit, you wonder why nobody has been able to tell us what is the actual cause of cancer. You are wondering why? I am telling you that when your physical state is not all right, when you're bitter, when you are unforgiving, when you don't see anything good, it affects your physical body. Then the cell starts multiplying, starts breaking down physically. God did not create you to be a bitter person. When you introduce bitterness into your life, a lot of things start happening to your physical body. Then you wonder why all of a sudden you are having some kind of problems that you cannot explain. No, now, Mama Dollar, you're welcome. Universal Black, you're welcome. Jane Order, you're welcome. Med, you're welcome. You wonder why? This is part of the reason. When you're somebody that you cannot forgive, you have a mental health issue going on. Let me give you how you will know you have a mental issue going on. You will stand in front of the mirror. Moon, Dariji, I can't forgive him. Can you imagine when he talks to me next time? I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. In your number one. Number two, you're sleeping. You mistakenly see the person in your dream. You say the person have come to attack you. You wake up. You start kabashing. Nobody is pursuing you. Most likely the person you have not forgiven. Also, Lori Bede. When you can't forgive somebody, it doesn't have to be bitterness now. Just detach yourself from the person and move on. It's the truth. You hear somebody talking, I talk to myself a lot. Ask most of us that talks to ourselves a lot. Please, what are you talking to yourself about? You will find out that we are either kabashing on somebody that did something to us or telling ourselves, hey, Toba Deba, if she comes around, I am going to say this, I'm going to say that. Or, talking about things to ourselves. And you say everybody talks to themselves. Sister, what are you saying to yourself? That's the question. Yes, accepted. Everybody talks to themselves. But what are you in particular saying to yourself? Is it the husband that left you, you're still fighting in your spirit? No. Is it the wife that left you, you're still fighting? Or the friends that went to be another person's spirit? Or the people that are talking about you, you're still fighting in your spirit? Hey, babe, guy, forget it. Move on with life. They have done their bits and they're going. I tell people most of the time, Naomi Robert, you're welcome. Raven Devon, you're welcome. I tell people most of the time, at every given time, a friend comes into your life. or a friend leaves your life so that it do not become a problem to you. When they came into your life, they came into your life for a reason. When they finish, they will leave. They are leaving because they have finished what they have come to do in your life. Good, bad, or ugly. When you live your life like that, it will be very difficult for anybody to abuse you emotionally. Let me repeat myself, maybe you don't understand. At every given time, Vera, you're welcome. EMJ, you're welcome. At every given time anybody comes into your life, they have come into your life for a purpose. My darling, when they are living your life, they are living your life because they have fulfilled the purpose. And guess what? Good, bad, or ugly, they are done. When you don't allow them to go, that is when the emotional abuse gets deeper. I used to have a friend, oh my God. I love her like no man's business. We are not related in any form, shape, or size. But I love her without a reason. She's a girl. Anything about her, I love endlessly. But guess what she was doing to me? Things that will happen to me that I know nothing about. That I'm still asking myself, nígbà wo ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Are the things my very good bosom friend would take to our other friends and they would discuss, they would dissect, they would digest, and they would finish my name. It kept going on and on and on and on for years. The day I would let her go, it was painful, but I had to end the relationship. Now, guess what? We are good friends with, hello, are you okay? How are the children? I hope work is fine. See you later. Everybody is living fine. I'm no longer mentally traumatized. No. Actually, we are both happy in our different class and category. We are both happy separately. But that does not mean I will tell my children, when you see like Bajado greeter, no. And that does not mean she'll do same to her child. Because her children sees me and still greets me. Mine sees her and still greets her like nothing happened. Our relationship ended, not the children's relationship. Because if one of us starts telling our children, when you see Nikki, MC, when you see MC, don't greet her. She did, she did, she did, kiniko. We are creating nothing but futuristic enmity between children that knows nothing. Between children that was not there when we became friends. Ask yourself, is it worth it? It is not. So emotional abuse are abuses that cannot be ignored. Whatsoever has made you not to realize that you're being abused emotionally, but somehow that thing you're being told, you keep it at the back of your mind and it traumatizes you, that is enough reason to tell you that it's time to let that person go. Or it's time to have that discussion with the person and tell the person, no, this thing you do all the time, I don't like it, it's affecting me. It will shock you that the person is not even aware of what they're doing. So save yourself the stress of going through that emotional abuse alone. If somebody you call yourself is bullying you in any form, shape, or size, run away. Detach yourself. Know that this life is for the living. Yeah. Know that this life is for the living. Don't put yourself in a situation where, you see, when you close your mouth, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. When you close your mouth and something is paining you, have you seen a situation where you are abusing your own self? That is an abuse on its own. Somebody is hurting you and you know, and you're keeping quiet. No, now you're cheating on yourself. You're cheating on yourself. Anyway, thank you very much for everybody that's come here. But please, I want to beg you, let us be intentional about the things we say out of our mouth to people, to our children, to our friends, to our parents, to ourselves. It goes a very long way because you never can tell. You might just be abusing somebody emotionally. And emotional abuse are abuse that cannot be easily recognized. 90% of the time, when you take abuse to the court or to the station, they cannot judge it because they need evidence. Please, 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 and please, everybody that's passed through this discussion today, please be intentional, be aware of what you're doing and what you're saying to people. Emotional abuse is very, 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 very damaging. Until I come your way again, it's me, Nikki Bagnos, AKMC Honorable Naiwola. There is no health without mental health. Bye.